Yeah, today I was really pleased. We've had a really, really good offseason, and I think, a lot of our players, obviously, and coaches, having some guys new on the staff, we were anticipating this day, and we were anxious for this day to come. And I really feel like our players did a really nice job of focusing, and, they've been really excited, and they've been great at really trying to learn new verbiage and new concepts and things of that nature. So today was the first day we got a chance to actually put it into action, and it was a good day. Obviously we got so far to go, but a lot of young guys running around out there trying to improve and increase their football knowledge, and so I was pleased with today. I thought it was a good day.
Is this one of the most important springs you've had since you've been here, just because of all the newness and the young guys and some question marks across the board?
I mean, it's certainly an important spring. There's no question about that. It's just it's fun. This is a fun time for us, and it's a little different flavor than the previous 3 years, simply because of the newness of some of the things we're doing on both sides of the ball. Our special teams are the only constant thing that we've had, the previous 3 years. So it's very important. I think every spring is for everybody, but it's very important for us. And, again, every position has a chance to compete for a job, So, again, very, very important, but a very, very good opening day.
First time you've seen these guys, Coach, did you just kind of watch them some? And you guys?
Well, I feel really confident, in all of the guys that, that I hired, and true professionals. So, again, just, I watch everything. I watch everything in practice. I watch the players. I watch the coaches. I watch the structure of practice. But it's fun to watch some new guys out there, some new blood, some new life, and I think for the players as well. So, again, I think it was overall, it was just kind of good for everybody to get that first day under our belt.
Talk about CJ moving over from receiver to tight end. Is that like a permanent thing, or is it just an experiment?
No, it's not an experiment. When we recruited CJ initially, that's where all along I felt like he would be. If you go through the history of and the history of football and the test of time, there's been a lot of ex-high school quarterbacks and really become very good tight ends. And so, that was my vision for him all along, when we recruited him, because he's had one of the best off seasons of anybody on our team. He's worked extremely hard. He's gotten strong. He was just very dedicated in the weight room and off season and getting in shape. What he's going to have to learn is the physicality of the game at that position, which, I really feel like he'll be able to grasp that. Now, it'll take some time, and it'll be a process for him. There's no question about it. But he's got the size, he's got the speed, he's a smart young man, and he's got great work ethic. So there's no reason why he can't be a very good tight end in this league.
Do you need the other young guys kind of catch your eyes as far as kind of changing their body from last fall to the spring?
A lot of them, Jason. I hesitate to say one. I think our football team, with what they did from when we got back in January to where they are now, as a whole team, I think that we've made a lot of strides. Changing the way our football team looks physically, and when you have that many young guys that you play with, going from 18 to 19 or 19 to 20 years old, that's a period of time where you really can see some great gains, and there's no question in my mind we've seen that.
Did Joel Bonnemoller decide to move on, and is there anybody else in that category?
He did. Joel has decided to kind of move on with his life and graduate, and I feel confident that he will do that. But that was the decision that we sat down and talked about a couple of months ago, and we wish him well, and that's his number one goal, is to graduate from Auburn. That's my number one goal for him.
We know Les is going to be out with injury. Nosa and Kenneth Carter, they also fall in that category?
They do.
That was off-season shoulder surgery?
I'm not going into the details of why, but yes, they all fall in the same category of not really being able to go through spring practice because of, off-season injuries. We just had to get repaired from the year before.
Gee, what do you expect from T-Bell? I mean, is he going to be able to do some stuff?
T is really in a good place right now in terms of where we thought he'd be versus where he is. I think if there's any positive for T in that knee injury is that it's not his first one. So the mentality of the rehab for him, he understands that, and he's really ahead of where we thought he would be. What he's going to be able to do before we finish spring ball, probably not a lot with us in terms of practice, DB skill work, but I am happy that he's ahead of where we thought he would be. At this time, he's really making some huge strides. So that's really encouraging for fall practice.
Do you feel like there's a good chance he'll be ready to go then?
I'm not a doctor, Philip, but I hope so. I'm encouraged. I think he's encouraged. I'm encouraged, and again, only time will tell. But like I said, I feel like he's ahead of where where we thought he might be at this time.
Gene, you've already had formal introductions, of course, with the new coaches, but this was an opportunity to have everyone on the field together. What were you hoping to get? I know it's just one day, but what were you hoping to get out of this day?
As far as the coaching realm goes,
Just there's so many new parts all together. So.
well, there is. There's on your first day of practice, there's a lot of moving parts everywhere, whether you have new coaches or not. But today, it was a good first day for our new coaches because everybody does practice different. So the structure of practice and things of that nature, and the tempo of practice, and that was the main thing that they were able to kind of just go with the flow in terms of how practice unfolds. So that was good for them to be out there. They did a great job today. They were all up tempo and high tempo, and just like we like it. And so again, for them, I think it was a productive first day as well.
A couple guys we didn't see as may have missed in the early session: Jonathan Evans, Ladarius Phillips, and Akeem Williams.
Mm-hmm. Jonathan Evans and Akeem are again kind of in the injury category, and their status for the spring right now is going to be the same as the other guys that we just talked about. Ladarius Phillips is dealing with some personal issues, and so he wasn't out there today. If his status changes, then I'll let you know.
So those other two guys, though, you don't expect them to be out for the whole spring? Yeah.
Correct.
Anything else?
Yeah, Jay Proch, not just today's practice, but what have you thought about him since he's joined the program?
Just really, really pleased with Jay. Just from the day he's gotten here, the element of work ethic that he brings to our team. He's just been he's been great. He's been everything that we had hoped he would be. He's a tough guy. We've seen him play college football, so we're not guessing as to whether he can play or not. But he's a tremendous worker. Football means a lot to him, and he's been a great addition to our team.
And then I also want to ask you about Sean Coleman. What's his current status? Is there any chance that he can return sometime soon?
Well, soon is a relative term. I'm not really sure what that is, but right now he has not been cleared, and until he is, then his status is going to be the same. He was able to work out with us, in the winter workouts, and he's really done well in that regard. But he's not been cleared to actually play football yet.
You're obviously used to these quarterback battles in the spring. What do you hope for these guys to get out in the spring, especially Chizik, who hasn't been through it?
Well, like any year, you're asking a quarterback to manage the team. And you're asking him to be productive. You're asking him to be a leader of men. It's 200 years old in terms of what we're asking them to do. What makes it a little different is that they're all on a level playing field because everything's new for all three of them. And so, it's going to be a challenging spring for all three guys, but I'm looking forward to the battle. It's going to be good.
Do you know when you'll hear about Jay Proch, whether or not he can play this fall?
We've filed a waiver, Mark, and we're waiting to hear. So I don't know how long or short that. Yeah, I don't know the time frame of that.